Life is going to come at you armed with hard times and tough choices.
Your voice is your weapon, your thoughts, ammunition.
But there are no free extra men.
And be aware that as the instant now passes, it exists now as then.
Be a mirror reflecting on yourself.
Remembering the times you thought all of this was too hard
and that you never make it through.
Making it to the Nat stage, that would be really, really cool.
Being in an actual a main event of this final stage is crazy.
This is just kind of a culmination of all that I've ever dreamed of in this activity. Because, I mean, you grow up watching these people perform on this stage. And now to be here and to be one of those people.
I mean, there were so many people in there. It was so cool. It was amazing. Surrounded by so many talented people, it was just an honor to be able to perform.
A lot of people that don't even know what speech is, they can turn on these live streams and these videos and see these messages that so many people otherwise wouldn't have access to. So these events are the opportunity to reach even more people. Because, I mean, we perform in classrooms every weekend, but this stage is an opportunity to even touch more hearts and see how many more people you can impact, which is huge.
Welcome. I'm Pam Wyckoff, coach at Apple Valley High School, member of the Central Minnesota District Committee, and board president of the National Speech and Debate Association. It is my honor, on behalf of the staff and board of directors, to commence the 2021 National Tournament. First and foremost, this week is a celebration of the power of student voices. Students, your message will be heard by people of all different backgrounds and walks of life. You will challenge preconceptions and push boundaries, and the best of the best will be watched live by tens of thousands of people. But every one of you will have a chance to be heard. So tonight, I want to remind you that it only takes one person. If you can impact one person, you can make a difference. If your message touches one person, it can change their actions. They can share what they learned, and before you know it, you have created a ripple effect of change. That is the power of your voice. This week is also a celebration of our community. Students, you will have the chance to meet people from across the country and around the world and make a connection. It's also a chance to celebrate your team, all that you have accomplished together, and the friendships you have forged along the way. And it's a chance to reflect on how far you've come. Whether you are a first-time qualifier or a four-time qualifier, you have worked hard to get here. And in the process, you have become more confident. You have learned how to advocate for yourself and others, how to be a leader. You have built skills and made friendships that will be with you long after you graduate. Thanks to your time in speech and debate, you have the power of words. Use that superpower to change your world. Coaches, whether you are a veteran or this is your first time at nationals, or perhaps your students didn't qualify this year, but you are here to support our community. You all made it here. Through a year of uncertainty, disappointment, and stress, you've come out on the other side. Perhaps a bit exhausted and definitely tired of looking at a screen like this every day. but every day you got up, chose to make a difference in your students' lives. This week is a chance to celebrate all the work that you have done every day, all year, to provide a platform for student voices. We see you and we thank you. And to all the rest of our supporters, administrators who make speech and debate possible in our schools, our parents who encourage their kids' involvement because they know it will transform their lives, and our donors who ensure that the work of the National Speech and Debate Association will reach new hearts and minds. We thank all of you. This is it. This is the biggest speech and debate week of the year. You made it. This is your stage, and your words matter.
Thank you, Pam. I'm Scott One, Executive Director of the National Speech and Debate Association, and I'm pleased to begin what for us is the most exciting week of the year. As we stream the National Speech and Debate Tournament from Des Moines, Iowa, it is important for me to begin by acknowledging the Indigenous people that have called Des Moines home first. We acknowledge that our national headquarters occupies the ancestral home of the Iowa, for which Iowa is named. Des Moines is also the ancestral home of the Oceti, Shakopee, Meskwaki, Sauk, and other Indigenous peoples that have passed through at various times. We thank the Indigenous peoples who have made essential contributions to Iowa and to speech and debate communities. We recognize that our presence here today is the result of the ongoing exclusions and erasure of Indigenous people. We affirm our commitment to conscientiously work to meet the needs of American Indian and Indigenous peoples. We also affirm our commitment to provide national tournament participants, judges, coaches, and staff the opportunity to pursue excellence in an atmosphere of mutual respect. The NSDA prohibits all forms of harassment and discrimination based on any characteristic protected by applicable federal, state, and local laws. Any individual found to have violated this policy, whether a participant, judge, coach, or observer, will be subject to the full range of sanctions up to and including expulsion from the tournament. Anyone experiencing harassment and discrimination should visit the NSDA Equity Office located within the tournament offices on the competition site. We begin our recognition time this evening with a celebration of our 4-time qualifiers. It is a great honor to qualify for nationals once. It is especially difficult to qualify more than once. At this national tournament, 1,150 students qualified for the second time. 314 students qualified for the third time, and 81 students qualified for the fourth time, qualifying and competing at the national tournament each year they were in high school. Congratulations to our 4-time qualifiers. Coaches are the backbone of our organization. Your classroom or squad room is a place of belonging. You empower with words. You instill confidence and promote honor in competition. What you do for young people makes a difference in their lives, and those effects will linger long into the future. We thank you, coaches, for everything you do.
What I've learned from 21 years of coaching and 3 diamonds is this. The most important thing, really the only thing that truly matters, is your relationships. If I had to choose between all those awards and the relationships that I've made through speech and debate, I wouldn't hesitate for 1 second. I would choose the relationships.
You're not in this alone. One of the things that you need to realize is that there is a community of coaches and educators that will help you get through all the things that you need so that you can be an effective teacher and coach.
Drown out the imposter syndrome and to know that although you may have been tossed into this activity, you are exactly where you need to be.
Many decades ago, when I joined the middle school speech team, I found a home. I was not very good at poetry reading. I was even worse at theater, but I found a place where I belonged. Our teacher, Mr. Henson, made us a family. And that's what I try to do today still, is to create a family, a place to belong for my teenagers. There's a saying that you can't teach the mind until you've reached the heart, and that's never been more truer.
If it had not been for speech and debate, I would not have been doing what I'm doing now, and certainly would not have had the joy and experience that I've had in all of the students that I've coached over the years and learned from as well. I would not have had that experience. So changed my life.
Know as well that as a coach, your role in this transformative process is quintessential.
I think the greatest impact it has is very similar to what Isocrates said many years ago, when he argued that to learn to speak well is to learn to think well. We elevate our dialogue when we're able to communicate well. We elevate our thoughts when we're able to communicate well. And that's an important thing to teach young people, and it's an important standard to hold ourselves to as adults. So speech and debates is vital.
Seeing the effect it has on the students and how it changes them and how it makes them better, and being able to actually change the trajectory of some people's lives. I'm at that point where students are starting to come back and they're telling me, because of speech and debate, I've gotten a better job. I've gotten a scholarship. I've gotten different things that will make my life better. And just knowing and them being thankful for that really has made an impact.
And if I was able to play one small fraction of the total role in providing those skills to those students, then I feel like the time I've spent has been more than worth it.
What you're providing for these kids is going to go with them the rest of their lives. So don't give up, keep pushing, and keep growing as a coach.
Hi, I'm Amy Seidelman, Assistant Executive Director of the National Speech and Debate Association. Tonight, I am pleased to present 2 special coaching awards, Assistant Coach of the Year and New Coach of the Year. Each year, an esteemed panel of NSDA coaches selects these award winners from our pool of district winners. Assistant coaches can be a rock for their head coach and team, providing vital instructional support and another adult on which team members can rely. This year's Assistant Coach of the Year is Pedro Sanchez Villa from Trinity High School in Kentucky, representing the Kentucky District. Here to share a bit about Pedro is the Kentucky District Committee.
Robert F. Kennedy stated, "The purpose of life is to contribute in some way to making things better." So how does an assistant coach make things better?
One way is by using skills learned in speech and debate to help advocate for others. A great assistant coach helps to make things better for all people.
It's by being a role model for all students, not just those on the team. A great assistant coach leads by example and shows students how to be people of character.
It's also dedication to the students in their practice. Making things better means being available for all of our students, no matter where they are in their journeys.
Pedro Sanchez Villa is all of these things and so much more. Pedro has volunteered for numerous political campaigns and serves as a translator for our Spanish-speaking community. He has sparked the sense of voice, of confidence in self, of activism in the students on our team. Pedro reinforces to all of our students that they are important, that their voices should be heard, and most importantly, that they can use their voices to help advocate for change. He reinforces to them a strong sense of identity and pride, even at simple levels like conversation. He works tirelessly, going above and beyond expectation, just so our students can have the same experience that he did. As a coach, I can think of nothing more rewarding than to see one of my students give back in such a way. The world is better because he is in it, but most importantly, our students are better for having him as a coach. All of his work is, as Mr. Kennedy said, a contribution that makes life better.
My name is Pedro Sanchez Villa, and first of all, I want to say it is an absolute honor to have been named Assistant Coach of the Year from the National Speech and Debate Association. At 24, I could never have imagined that speech and debate had changed my life as much as it did when I first started competing at 15 years old. I've been around every kind of event from Lincoln Douglas to extemporaneous speaking, and to be able to continue this wisdom and teach the next generation of competitors and students is an absolute honor. Here at Trinity High School with my friend and mentor, Amy Sucaro, the head coach of the speech and debate team, she has been able to teach and guide me in so many different ways and in avenues that I can never continue to understand. It is something that has completely changed my life, and the fact that I was named is something that's still blowing my mind to this day at the moment. I love being able to teach my kids, and it has been an honor working with them because they make it so easy to be a great coach to them. Every single day they work hard and continue to grow as competitors, and it has just been an absolute blessing to see what they have been able to do and to show them that they continue to grow into the people they do want to be, even at the ages of 16 or 17 years old. Again, thank you all so much for this honor, and I hope I can continue teaching every single person that I come into contact with through everything I've learned through speech and debate. Thank you.
New coaches are amazing. Getting up to speed in a complex activity like speech and debate is no small feat, but the reward, seeing students grow and excel, is pretty great. This year's new Coach of the Year is Megan Bonfield from Discovery Canyon Campus School in Colorado, representing the Colorado Grande District. Let's learn more about Megan from the Colorado Grande District Committee.
Greetings from Colorado Grande, home of Pikes Peak, the Air Force Academy, and the best green chili in the country. We are very pleased to introduce Megan Bonfield as the 2021 NSDA New Coach of the Year.
Our new Coach Award winner is a coach who has jumped into speech and debate with both feet, has become part of our Grande family, and has improved both her own program and our district. She's created a safe space for students where they can thrive and share their voices in their community.
Megan pushes her students to improve their performances, but she also knows when kids just need time to bond. Megan can whip out a Disney Princess Kahoot in record time. She's also the coach that will take a debate round, even at the end of the night, even though judging LD isn't her favorite thing. And even more impressive, she has spent the year recruiting everyone she knows to help our district. Literally, her whole family in Indiana judged tournaments in Colorado this year.
Megan also holds kids to the highest standard of the NSDA code. She does not allow them to take shortcuts to success just so they can win, and uses every opportunity to teach life lessons. And she searched the depths of Etsy to find awards worthy of our Speaking Jedi's powers for her school's Star Wars themed tournament. all on a very limited budget.
While all of this is very impressive, her greatest gift to our community so far was expanding speech and debate to the entire K-12 campus at her school, even during COVID. She coordinated with our elementary school principal, recruited elementary classes to be our judges, and made a Google form accessible to a 5 to 10-year-old judge pool to rank and give feedback. And honestly, the feedback from our elementary students was probably the cutest and the most honest our high school students have ever received.
Please join us, the district committee from the Colorado Grande District, in congratulating Megan Bonfield from Discovery Canyon High School as the 2021 NSDA New Coach of the Year.
Thank you to the National Speech and Debate Association for naming me, Megan Bonfield, the National New Coach of the Year. I am extremely honored and humbled to accept this award. I would like to thank my family for supporting me in this new endeavor. Their love and grace during those late nights and long Saturdays means the world to me. I want to also give a huge thank you to my students. You all give me the motivation to do better and be better. Your love for the activity gives me strength. And lastly, a huge thank you to my head coach, Jeremy Beckman. Thank you for believing in me and inspiring me. Thank you for not saying I'm crazy when I decided to add a brand new storytelling event the week before our all-virtual tournament. Thank you for your never-ending support and guidance into a world I knew nothing about. On behalf of the Colorado Grande District, thank you, NSDA, for naming me National New Coach of the Year.
Each year, the National Speech and Debate Association is proud to name a James Madison Copeland Coach of the Year Award for outstanding leadership and commitment to speech and debate activities. While one coach is singled out for this award each year, this award's very existence is a tribute to all the coaches out there doing their best to let their students shine, as well as making contributions to the larger speech and debate community. This year's Coach of the Year is Victoria Freeman. Victoria is the coach of Lincoln High School in Nebraska and the district chair of the Nebraska South District. Let's learn a bit more about Victoria.
Victoria Freeman, head debate coach at Lincoln High School in Lincoln, Nebraska, embodies what it means to be a national coach. She wears so many hats, providing leadership as Nebraska South District's chair, working tirelessly behind the scenes as our main tab room coordinator for years, and on a national stage has worked with NSDA's Persons with Disabilities Coaches Caucus to provide more inclusion and equity among debaters, judges, and coaches. Here are what some other coaches have to say to describe her.
Victoria is a bedrock for our Nebraska debate community. She's always willing to help other coaches and students week in and week out. I don't know where we'd be without her, and we're truly blessed to work with her each season.
What stands out most about Victoria is her use of debate as both a competitive activity, as well as a space for equality, ethics, and student voice. When teaching and coaching, I've noticed that Victoria allows students to explore what makes a good argument, as well as using arguments to tell life stories and opinions that may be underrepresented in both the debate community and the world at large. On multiple occasions, I have seen Victoria step in to defend underrepresented groups, like the disabled community, against ridicule and slander. And in doing so, Victoria illustrates what every coach should try to become, an advocate for all student voices.
Even in the relatively short amount of time that I've known Victoria, I have seen her working to make speech and debate a place for all students. She has fostered a community that makes the students on our team feel welcome for who they are. All the coaches on our staff feel appreciated for the work that they contribute to this activity. She is an extraordinary coach and well deserving of this recognition.
When I think of Victoria, the first words that come to mind are passion, inclusion, and leadership, all characteristics that make for an amazing debate coach. As a coach from another state, I enjoy when my students hit a team from Lincoln because I know that Victoria instills those values into her students as well, which then makes for an enjoyable, competitive, yet respectful debate round. Victoria might be a quiet leader, but her actions speak volumes as she has selflessly worked to improve and make the debate space better for students and coaches. I'm so honored to call her both a colleague and a friend. Congratulations, Victoria.
I am both so excited and humbled to be named the 2021 National Speech and Debate Association's High School Coach of the Year. It is great to see the efforts and work of so many people to make speech and debate a more inclusive space acknowledged in such a profound way. I, like many others, have found a family in debate. And part of being a family is holding each other accountable. I also know that recognition should not be taken as a sign that our work is done. I wholeheartedly believe that as a family and as a community, we can rise to confront the challenges in front of us today, not only of accessibility for those with disabilities, but also the issues of sexism, racism, and other forms of bigotry within our community. I'm excited to keep working towards a more equitable and accessible speech and debate space. I believe that we can do better and that we have to do better, and that this award signals that we're working towards that end. Thank you.
Let's begin the 2021 Donis D. Roberts Diamond and Specialty Awards Assembly presented by Colorado College. For years, Colorado College has demonstrated profound commitment to coaches and students of the National Speech and Debate Association. As an institution that strives to develop habits of intellect and imagination among its students, Colorado College is an ideal partner. Please join me in thanking our sponsor of tonight's recognition ceremony, Colorado College, and in welcoming Dr. Mike Edmonds, NSDA board member, Hall of Fame member, and Senior Vice President and Chief of Staff at Colorado College.
Thank you, Scott. It is a pleasure to be here with you tonight on behalf of Colorado College. The Donis D. Roberts Diamond and Specialty Awards Assembly is an opportunity for the National Speech and Debate Association to show appreciation to coaches for their time, effort, and years of service to high school speech and debate. The performances we will witness this week are a tribute to the creativity and dedication of our coaches and the people who support them and enable them. Diamond Coach Awards celebrate excellence and longevity in our activity. The association and Colorado College are proud to honor with the first Diamond Award those coaches who have obtained 15,000 coaching points and have been a member of the association for at least 5 years. This year, 110 coaches attained this honor. We are proud to honor with a second Diamond Award those coaches who have obtained 30,000 coaching points and a minimum of 5 years of coach membership since their first Diamond. This past year, 45 coaches attained the second level of achievement as a coach in the association. We are proud to honor with a third Diamond Award those coaches who've obtained 60,000 coaching points and a minimum of 5 years of coach membership since obtaining the second Diamond. This past year, 28 coaches attained this level of achievement as a coach in the association. We are proud to honor with a fourth Diamond Award those coaches who have earned 90,000 coaching points and a minimum of 5 years of coach membership since obtaining their third Diamond. This past year, 15 outstanding coaches have obtained this level of achievement as coach in the association. Jennifer Aiken from the Harker School in California, Matthew Brandsetter from Milton Academy of Massachusetts, David Chamberlain from Claremont High School in California, Andrew Cherrier from Creative Minds International Public Charter School in DC, Jerry Chris from Strake Jesuit College Preparatory in Texas, Paul Gaba from Wellington Community High School in Florida, Matthew Good from Lee Summit West High School in Missouri, Lisa Honeyman from Newton South High School in Massachusetts, Kim Linger from Liberty North High School in Missouri, Tracy Lowe from Sun Coast Community High School in Florida, Jason Mitchell from the Mulvaney High School in Kansas, Ashley Novak from Arcadia High School in California, Jonathan Peel from Charlotte Latin School in North Carolina, Timothy Scheffler from James Madison Memorial High School in Wisconsin, Kara Smith from Timberline High School in Idaho. The National Speech and Debate Association in Colorado College are proud to award a fifth diamond to those coaches who have obtained 120,000 coaching points, a minimum of 25 years of membership. This past year, 9 outstanding coaches attained this incredible milestone. Joseph Bazzelli from St. Ignatius High School in Ohio. Todd Herring from Eastview High School in Minnesota. Sheila Hope from William Chrisman High School in Missouri. My good friend David Houston from Colleyville Heritage High School in Texas. Also a longtime friend and mentor, Cheryl Kazmarek from Lexington High School in Massachusetts. Kathy Patron from Perry High School in Ohio. Mark Rashidi from Shrewsbury High School in Massachusetts. Fred Robertson from Marion High School in Nebraska. Scott Walker from Watertown High School in South Dakota. We will now recognize our 6 Diamond coaches, all 4 of whom have been NSDA coaches for at least 30 years. Please join me in congratulating our 6 Diamond coaches. Richard Bracknell from Carrollton High School in Georgia. Harriet Metlin from Brentwood High School in Tennessee. Susanna Thyssen from Stowe Monroe Falls High School in Ohio. Derek Yule from Gablarino High School in California. We will now recognize one 8th Diamond coach who has been coaching for more than 40 years and made an impact on hundreds of students. Please join me in congratulating 8th Diamond recipient Mark Harris from Summit Christian Academy in Missouri. Our final Diamond Award tonight represents an incredible coaching career of more than 45 years and an influence on multiple generations of young leaders. Please join me in congratulating the 5th coach in NSDA history to earn a 9th Diamond Award, Randy Pierce from Francis Howell North High School in Missouri.
Our collective community of students, coaches, and supporters is a powerful thing. Let's take time together to pause and honor those individuals who devoted their hearts to the association and who passed away this school year. Thank you. Each year, the association honors those schools that have reached decade milestones of nationals attendance. Throughout the week, we will celebrate schools for attending their 10th, 20th, 30th, and 40th years of attendance at the national tournament. Tonight, we will recognize a school that has built an incredible legacy in the speech and debate community. Please join me in honoring Chesterton High School in Indiana on their 50th national tournament appearance. This milestone represents decades of hard work from coaching staff, personal growth from students, and ongoing support from administrators who value speech and debate. Chesterton's first national tournament appearance was at the 1971 tournament at Stanford University. Since then, the program has produced more than 10 national champions in speech, debate, and supplemental events, as well as 3 members of the NSDA Hall of Fame: Joe Wyckoff, Robert Kelly, and Jim Cavallo. Chesterton won the National Tournament Sweepstakes Award 5 consecutive years from 1989 to 1993, the second most consecutive school wins in NSDA history. The program has earned club awards, leading chapter awards, the Bruno Award, the Munt Award, and so many more. All of these achievements represent thousands of students who have discovered their confidence and found a place to belong. Please join me in congratulating Chesterton High School on their 50th national tournament appearance and in thanking every coach and administrator who helped them get there.
That concludes the high school portion of events for the evening. Competition begins tomorrow morning for our high school students with round 0 in most of our debate events, where you'll have a chance to practice before evaluation begins. Have your tabroom.com account info ready to log in to the competition site. Up next, we highlight some outstanding achievements in middle school speech and debate, as well as our middle school showcase winners. We'll see the rest of you back here Tuesday night, beginning at 6:00 p.m. Central Time, for our first round of breaks in debate events. Be sure to check back over the course of the week to watch us honor our award winners, showcase our final rounds, and name our national champions. For more info, head to live.speechanddebate.org.
Humility can be quite hard to achieve. When competing, it is important to maintain that humbleness so that you can grow as a competitor or possibly a future mentor or judge.
Equity to me means that everyone is given the same opportunities and treated the same no matter their identifiers. If I were to explain this to another student, I would say that it is treating everyone equally and not acting different to one another because of social identifiers.
Integrity is to do the responsible thing even if no one's watching. Integrity is to be accountable and respectful and to act properly around your teammates. Sometimes it can be as simple as going to your rounds even though no one's going to check on you.
To me, respect means to treat people with kindness, creating a welcoming and safe environment. Respect also means that you should treat people the way you want to be treated. And lastly, respect means to embrace differences.
Leadership means that you are ready to serve your team. You are a model on how to work, perform, act, talk, interact, behave, lead others, and many more impacts. You know where you and others have to grow, and you can put in the correct practice to improve both you and your team. This is important because this is what keeps a strong team from becoming a disorganized mess.
Service means using your own skills to help others build up their own skill set. It means being prepared to help others whenever they need it.
We now begin the middle school portion of the evening. Hello, my name is Jennifer Jerome, head speech coach at Millard West High School in Omaha, Nebraska, Nebraska District Chair, 4 Diamond Coach, and member of the NSDA Board of Directors. Earlier this month, middle school students from across the country recorded entries in 14 different events for the 2021 Middle School Speech Challenge presented by Summit Debate. Tonight, we are excited to celebrate those middle school students selected for the Speech Challenge Showcase, whose performances will be available on our website soon. But first, we must recognize an educator whose love for speech and debate at the middle school level is unparalleled. It is my pleasure to highlight our 2021 Middle School Speech Coach of the Year, Chris Wardner from Almaden Country Day School in California. Chris has been in the middle school classroom for 35 years. In that time, well over 1,000 students have built strength and confidence to use one of their most important traits, their voice. Northern California does not have a middle school league or organization, so in order to start a program, Chris entered his team in the novice divisions of high school competitions. Despite being by far the youngest competitors, his students have had great competitive success and secured several championships. To ensure that other students can experience the same learning, Chris has been instrumental in creating and sustaining new competitive opportunities for middle school students in the Bay Area and beyond. Like all great coaches, Chris believes that students should courageously share the stories they care about, and this coaching philosophy empowers students who normally wouldn't give speech and debate a chance to become confident individuals and long-term competitors. Please welcome our 2021 Middle School Coach of the Year, Chris Wardner.
Thank you, Ms. Jerome. I am honored to be recognized by the National Speech and Debate Association as the 2021 Middle School Coach of the Year. This award is much more a reflection of my community than it is of me as an individual. To Dr. Ole Jorgensen, head of school at the Almaden Country Day School, thank you very much for your commitment to speech and debate and to my vision for this program. To my family, thank you for allowing me the time to commit to doing this wonderful activity. And to the families and students who have been members of the Almaden Country Day School speech and debate team. Your enthusiasm, your energy, your middle school personalities are what drives me to be the best coach that I can be. And I thank you all.
Good evening. I'm Adam Jacoby, 3-diamond NSDA coach, Executive Director of the Wisconsin High School Forensic Association, which also serves middle school grades, and a member of the NSDA Board of Directors. Middle school speech and debate builds confidence and a sense of belonging at a key age, but that development is not possible without the support of administrators. Tonight we celebrate a middle school administrator who has gone above and beyond in their support of speech and debate. Please join me in congratulating our 2021 Middle School Administrator of the Year, Alfred F. Dugan III. As head of school at Princeton Academy of the Sacred Heart in New Jersey, Mr. Dugan has enthusiastically supported including speech and debate elements in curriculum, encouraged hosting workshops and events on campus, and celebrated the value of our activity. Here to share more about Mr. Dugan are voices from Princeton Academy of the Sacred Heart.
5 years ago, with his contagious and seemingly limitless energy, our head of school, Rick Dugan, enthusiastically encouraged the creation of a middle school speech and debate program here at Princeton Academy of the Sacred Heart.
Under Rick's leadership, the school joined the NSDA and attended the national tournaments in 2018 and 2019. Through the pandemic, Rick has worked to ensure that the speech and debate team not only could continue to compete online, but could actually grow and accommodate even more students participating in the NSDA Middle School Speech Challenge in 2020 and 2021.
Each morning, Mr. Dugan greets every middle school student on the front steps. He always asks team members about the topics or pieces they're working on. Mr. Dugan is the first to congratulate students after competition and often follows up with congratulatory emails and social media posts.
Rick has continued Princeton Academy traditions such as Friday Thank Yous, which encourage all students kindergarten through grade 8 to share their voice, while also supporting the expansion of more formal speech and debate activities into the curriculum.
Dad, I'd like to personally thank you for supporting me on my journey. Thank you so much, and congratulations on receiving this prestigious award. I love you.
Thank you so much, Rick, for
continuing to see the value in speech and debate, for understanding that words matter, and for helping young men to find their voices, to find their passions, and to speak about things that are important to them.
Thank you to the National Speech and Debate Association for this most meaningful award. I am profoundly honored and grateful to receive this acknowledgement and feel most compelled to give all of the credit to the young men of Princeton Academy of the Sacred Heart who devote themselves to excellence in speech and debate every day, and to the amazing Mr. Raymond Shea, our speech and debate team coach. Thank you all. I am in awe of you. Amidst these extraordinary times, the competency of communication is perhaps the most important skill young leaders can hone. When combined with authentic empathy and an appreciation for another's perspective, effective communication has the power to bring about positive change in the world. Thank you to the National Speech and Debate Association for amplifying the voices of today's generation. I encourage all school leaders to make speech and debate a priority in our schools. Congratulations to everyone on a transformational year of speech and debate. You have inspired our world. Keep using your voices to help others. We will support you every step of the way. Thank you.
And now, please welcome National Tournament MC Tim Sheaf to present the top students in each event of the 2021 Middle School Speech Challenge.
Tonight, we recognize the top 10 students, or the top 10% of students, whichever is bigger, in each event of the Middle School Speech Challenge. Showcase winners are listed alphabetically by last name in each event. Congratulations to the following students whose performances will appear on the NSDA website this summer. Your 12 Showcase finalists in Congressional Debate Authorship Challenge are Sophie Chia from Westridge School, California. Emma Delgado from American Heritage Broward Middle School, Florida. Shirley Doan from Albright Middle School, Texas. Ashrith Kasin Dahuni from Ernest Lawrence Middle School, California. Enan Khan from Bach Middle School of the Arts, Florida. Nicholas Ostenheimer from A.D. Henderson University Middle School, Florida. Jaya Patel from Gaspar D. Portola Middle School, California. Matthew Rover from The Village Middle School, Texas. Prahi Shah from Gaspar D. Portola Middle School, California. Emily Wang from Dr. Augustin Ramirez Intermediate, California. Jake Zhang from American Heritage Broward Middle School, Florida. And Christian Zhu from George V. Lenya Intermediate, California. Your 15 Showcase finalists in declamation are Leo Belanti from Almaden Country Day School, California. Ashana Diliani from Parks Junior High School, California. Allison Elda from Almaden Country Day School, California. Hannah Green from Almaden Country Day School, California. Kat Tam Hyun from Valley Preparatory School, California. Catherine Ma from The Pike School, Massachusetts. Zingdagi Malarotha from The Village Middle School, Texas. Leslie Manzo Moreno from Middle School Advanced Learning Academy, California. Gia Mutayala from Phoenix Country Day School, Arizona. Shruti Nagulapalli from Chaboya Middle School, California. Sophia Nelson from St. Mary's Hall Middle School, Texas. Shahiti Rayaprulu from Chaboya Middle School, California. Owen Sun from Princeton Academy of the Sacred Heart, New Jersey. Evelyn Soy from Dana Middle School, California. And Emily Wang from Dr. Augustine Ramirez Intermediate, California. Your 11 showcase finalists in Dramatic Interp are Nicole Blanco from The Village Middle School, Texas. Catalina Cabello Coreno from Gutierrez Middle School of the Arts and Sciences, Texas. Brittany Casanova from Sierra Preparatory Academy, California. Gabe Grinsteiner from Beechwood Middle School, Kentucky. Juliana Ibarra from Beechwood Middle School, California. S.J. Jangma from Carroll Middle School, Texas. Jane Leifer from Newtown Middle School, Pennsylvania. Timothy Long from Redwood Middle School, California. Laura Morjan from West Pine Middle School, Florida. Bianca Rios from Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences, Texas. And Adriana Rodriguez from Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences, Texas. Your 12 showcase finalists in humorous interpretation are Adam Alvarez from Tuloso Midway Middle School, Texas. Nicole Blanco from The Village Middle School, Texas. Mia Carver from Rowan County Middle School, Kentucky. Callum Hegarty from Milton Academy Middle, Massachusetts. Kat Tam Hyun from Valley Preparatory School, California. Zachary Koppelman from NSU University School, Middle, Florida. Adelaide Mosher from Marion Hope Academy Middle School, Missouri. Hannah Peters from Almaden Country Day School, California. Bianca Rios from Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences, Texas. Adriana Rodriguez from Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences, Texas. Carrie Charlin from Almaden Country Day School, California. Rosa Troncoso from Democracy Prep Bronx Prep Middle School, New York. Your 10 showcase finalists in informative speaking are Brandon Chang from Walter Reed Middle, California. Molly Cooper from Loretta Vista Junior High, California. Samara Kurasma from Alice Deal Middle School, Washington, D.C. Michelle Fan from First Avenue Middle School, California. Amal Israelova from American Heritage Broward Middle School, Florida. Hillary Coet from American Heritage Broward Middle School, Florida. Ryan Ree from Cape Middle School, California. Prisha Singh from Chaboya Middle School, California. Adam Stone from Charlotte Latin School, North Carolina. Shirley Wu from Oak Avenue Intermediate, California. Your 14 showcase finalists in original oratory are Michelle Fan from First Avenue Middle School, California. Emerson Forrester from Westridge School, California. Rusham Goyal from St. Mary's Hall Middle School, Texas. Sri Karthikeya Kankala from Chaboya Middle School, California. Timothy Long from Redwood Middle School, California. Lauren Lowe from Mesa Robels School, California. Nomi Masil from Beechwood Middle School, California. Arav Santhanam from Charles E. Brown Middle School, Massachusetts. Alyssa Spalik from Tuloso Midway Middle School, Texas. Arayan Wadwecker from Phoenix Country Day School, Arizona. Emily Wang from Dr. Augustin Ramirez Intermediate, California. Shirley Wu from Oak Avenue Intermediate, California. Hao Tang Xu from Beijing Harrow International School, China. And Christian Zhao from George V. Leyva Intermediate, California. Your 10 showcase finalists in original spoken word poetry are Viviana Barrejas from Chaboya Middle School, California. Nicole Blanco from The Village Middle School, Texas. Pia Gankar from Chaboya Middle School, California. Vani Gupta from The Village Middle School, Texas. Kat Tam Huynh from Valley Preparatory School, California. Sophia Nelson from St. Mary's Hall Middle School, Texas. Evelyn Soy from Dana Middle School, California. Anushka Vijay from Chaboya Middle School, California. Emily Wang from Dr. Augustin Ramirez Intermediate, California. And Shirley Wu from Oak Avenue Intermediate, California. Your 10 showcase finalists in poetry are Samaya Aurora from Chaboya Middle School, California. Viviana Barrejas from Chaboya Middle School, California. Catalina Cabello Corona from Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences, Texas. Emma Durham from Cabot Junior High South, Arkansas. Adele Fuzela from Oak Middle School, Massachusetts. Tara Gafuri from Phoenix Country Day School, Arizona. Sophia Nelson from St. Mary's Hall, Texas. Roger Shen from The Village Middle School, Texas. Laird Stearns from St. James Episcopal School, Texas. And Caden Stone from Bardstown Middle School, Kentucky. Your 10 showcase finalists in prepared mixed extemp are Safia Biswal from Alice Deal Middle School, District of Columbia. Natalie Chen from Chaboya Middle School, California. Michelle Fan from First Avenue Middle School, California. Bhuvi Irge from Chaboya Middle School, California. Sri Karthikeya Kankala from Chaboya Middle School, California. Michael Park from Valley Preparatory School, California. Tej Patel from Gaspar D. Portola Middle School, California. Ellie Sohn from Flint Ridge Preparatory School, California. Jake Zing from American Heritage Broward Middle School, Florida. And Kristen Zhao from George V. Leyva Intermediate, California. Your 16 showcase finalists in prepared prompt speaking are Sohan Bakhta from St. Mary's Hall Middle School, Texas. Brandon Chang from Walter Reed Middle, California. Natalie Chen from Chaboya Middle School, California. Helen Fang from Kramer Middle School, California. Kat Tam Huynh from Valley Preparatory School, California. Buvi Irgi from Chaboya Middle School, California. Kanan Iwata from Westridge School, California. Pavitra Kasturi from Harker School, California. Genesis Mendez from Santiago K-8 School, California. Audrey Messer from Heartland Charter School, California. Tej Patel from Gaspar D. Portola Middle School, California. Reva Sobti from Robert C. Fisher Middle School, California. Adam Stone from Charlotte Latin School, North Carolina. Evelyn Soy from Dana Middle School, California. Emily Wang from Dr. Augustin Ramirez Intermediate, California. And Chloe Zong from Chaboya Middle School, California. Your 20 showcase finalists in Pro-Con Challenge are Zoe Becker from Alice Deal Middle School, Washington, D.C., Eleanor Browski from Alice Deal Middle School, Washington, D.C., Natalie Chen from Chaboya Middle School, California, Lucy Chung from Trinity Preparatory Middle School, Florida, Miria Chung from Taipei American School, Taiwan, Samara Kurasma from Alice Deal Middle School, Washington, D.C., Sri Karthikeya Kankala from Chaboya Middle School, California, Clementine Kovacs from Alice Deal Middle School, Washington, D.C., Catherine Ma from The Pike School, Massachusetts, Tara Malhotra from Brentwood School, Middle Division, California, Pranya Nagpal from Chaboya Middle School, California, Shruti Nagulpalali from Chaboya Middle School, California, Michael Park from Valley Preparatory School, California, William Favenroth from Alice Deal Middle School, Washington, D.C., Pasha Rufi from Cope Middle School, California, Sati Rayapolu from Chaboya Middle School, California, Somya Sobti from Robert C. Fissler Middle School, California, Churchill Tanton from Alice Deal Middle School, Washington, D.C., Anushka Vijay from Chaboya Middle School, California, and Grace Wu from Vancouver Debate Academy, British Columbia. Your 10 showcase finalists in program oral interpretation are Viviana Barreas from Chaboya Middle School, California, Celeste Carmona from MacArthur Fundamental, California, Natalie Chen from Chaboya Middle School, California, Hakari Do from Nicholas Junior High, California, Daisy Guzman from Sierra Preparatory Academy, California, Yahan Lin from Orange County School of the Arts, California, Adriana Rodriguez from Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences, Texas, Ellie Sohn from Flint Ridge Preparatory School, California, Adam Stone from Charlotte Latin School, North Carolina, and Emily Wang from Dr. Augustine Ramirez Intermediate, California. Your 13 showcase finalists in prose are Nicole Blanco from the Village Middle School, Texas, Camilla Butler from Milton Academy, Massachusetts, Molly Cooper from Ladera Vista Junior High, California, Andres Fernandez from St. Mary's Hall Middle School, Texas. Adele Fuzyalov from Oak Middle School, Massachusetts. Kat Tam Hyun from Valley Preparatory School, California. Raya Jampana from St. Mary's Hall Middle School, Texas. Mia Magana from Columbus Tustin, California. Maria Lorraine Mercurio from Ladera Vista Junior High, California. Ruth Patel from St. Mary's Hall Middle School, Texas. Roger Shen from The Village Middle School, Texas. Ilea Velasquez from Willard Intermediate School, California. And Michaela Wong from Tolosa Midway Middle School, Texas. Your 10 showcase finalists in storytelling are Maria Antunes from The Village Middle School, Texas. Caroline Blake from Milton Academy, Middle, Massachusetts. Caroline Carlisle from Rowan Country Middle School, Kentucky. Helen Fang from Kramer Middle School, California. Kat Tam Hyun from Valley Preparatory School, California. Chloe Kim from Chaboya Middle School, California. Audrey Messer from Heartland Charter School, California. Shahiti Raya Prolu from Chaboya Middle School, California. Roger Shen from The Village Middle School, Texas. And Elena Weish from St. Mary's Hall Middle School, Texas. Now, we offer our congratulations to our Schools of Excellence in the Middle School Speech Challenge. School points were awarded for top 2 ranks in each round of the challenge, capped at the top 10 entries per school. The 20 Schools of Excellence for middle school in alphabetical order are Alice Deal Middle School in Washington, D.C., Almaden Country Day School in California, American Heritage Broward Middle School in Florida, Chaboya Middle School in California, Gaspar de Portola Middle School in California, George V. Levia Intermediate in California, Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences in Texas, Milton Academy Middle in Massachusetts, Parks Junior High in California, Phoenix Country Day School in Arizona, Pike School in Massachusetts, Redwood Middle School in California, Robert C. Fissler in California, Rowan County Middle School in Kentucky, St. Mary's Hall Middle School in Texas, Sierra Preparatory Academy in California, The Village Middle School in Texas, Tolosa Midway Middle School in Texas, Valley Prep of Redlands in California, and Westridge School in California. Congratulations to these Schools of Excellence, and thanks for supporting Middle School Speech and Debate.
Thanks again to our middle school members for the adaptations you made to finish out your season this year. High school participants, we'll see you for round 0 either tomorrow or Tuesday. Remember to keep live.speechanddebate.org bookmarked for more special events the rest of the week. Best of luck as you begin your national tournament experience.